I never play them, but this one looked unique enough for me to give it a go. So we are going to begin Motorstorm Apocalypse.
Welcome, welcome, my friend. Cheers to you. Let's see the good old Pig Roach start weaseling his way out of these gifted subs. Excuse me. Just tweeting it out so other people know I'm live now. Oh, this music is just so bad. I mean, I get it, people make stuff for him, but at the same time, dear Lord, it's just terrible on the ears. Yo. We'll see him try to weasel his way out and try to get more money, even after getting about $3,000 coming to him from all those gifted subs from Emerald 7 yesterday. We'll see how it goes. See how his chat's doing. He was in chat earlier when I rolled through. Oh, he's buying nothing with real money from Red Dead Redemption 2 online. Okay. That doesn't do anything for me. Oh, he's hoping that his voice will hold out today for all that talking he does on stream, which is none. There's a lot of dead air. I mean, one time I'm really gonna have to put up a dead air like timer to see how long his dead air just keeps showing up. Yeah, dead air is like one of those things I can't stand at all in my videos, in this stream here, or anything else along those lines. It has its place a few times, but when you're trying to entertain people and trying to do it with your voice, you really have to keep talking. It might be about different subjects, like, for instance, Twitch put out a new global emote of Santa Claus. It actually looks pretty good. DSP's lovely emote looks like pretty phallic to me. I mean, it's a dick with a Santa hat on it. It's pretty bad. I don't know if you've seen it in his chat, but it's awful. And he just put out his face in the Sonic hat now, which is just, sure, guy. That's exactly what everybody wants out of an emote. He was talking about doing the T-pose and, you know, a dab emote. I'd go away from the T-pose if I was him, but the dab, like, he could have got away with it. It's stupid enough that it works for him. Drinking some delicious chocolate milk this morning. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting pre-stream from him. I don't know how long he's gonna actually talk on it, but he's gonna have to weasel his way out from under those subs. I mean, trust me, when I go ahead and start really trying to focus on some more streaming and get myself onto Twitch and do that, maybe one day get emotes, I'm gonna pay for people to design those emotes. I mean, there's places like Fiverr where you can get somebody to go ahead and put them out, but yeah, it's pretty sad. His badges are trash. I mean, I ended up getting one of those lovely little crowns from all of the spam gifts that showed up yesterday. And yeah, his bit badges are terrible. His, you know, sub badges are awful. They're just a crown, man. You could have put anything down. They're not even good looking crowns. It's pretty bad. And then, heck, last week I was just chilling out watching him be terrible at Smash, and he went on a rant about third out of third, and I was like out of my area, and I came back and I asked if anybody clipped it in his chat. Immediately, he manually banned my Twitch account from his chat room for asking if anybody clipped that. Not too shocked. He's pretty freaked out by anything like that, but I went over to Keck and I was like, hey man, like, what's up with that? Like, I just missed something that happened in his chat. I was just asking if somebody saw it, and he explained to me why third out of the third was gone and what Phil was saying. So, you know, points for that to Kecken for not being just a complete cuck. Oh yeah, this whole gifted sub thing is a bit fishy to me. So Emerald 7 shows up out of nowhere, not even following the Pig Roach at all. He turns around, starts gifting subs, drops a 50 bomb on him right away, starts following the Pig Roach. I actually talked with Swaggins a bit, and he's really fucking, you know, on edge about this. He doesn't think it's a legit fan at all. But somebody else in LSB's chat the other day pointed out that a YouTube user with about the similar name showed up and commented a pretty much troll comment on one of Phil's videos from The Witcher. And it's pretty crazy. Now, the YouTube channel that comment's connected to only has one video, and it was from track and field event from a high school back in 2008. And it was like a sectional championship down in California, kind of where I'm from. And it was like, okay, so it didn't say that it was of the person who belongs to the channel, but a still frame is the person's logo. But still, this is all speculation, to be honest. There's no connection whatsoever between the Twitch and the YouTube username, except for that they're pretty similar. Hey Tommy, what's going on, bud? Glad you could show up for this. Classic Krusty, what's going on? Yeah, Kecken's not too bad of a guy, in my mind. I just think he gets pretty brainwashed when it comes to it. He's been having too much of that Flavor Aid. He's just under Phil's thumb, in my mind. It's gonna be pretty hard for the mods in his chat, whenever they show up, to be able to fish out any of these troll accounts, sock accounts, anything along those lines. Arizona, what's going on, man? Glad you could show up. I like how you're reporting for duty. Yeah, that's what Swaggins told me when I was whispering back and forth with him the other day, that apparently the Emerald 7 is a place over by, you know, where the Gout Palace is, and it has to do with, like, horses and whatnot. And it's pretty funny if that's actually comes back to being a connection to it. That would be entertaining as well. But we could either have, like, a legit fan who's actually donating to him, or this is another kind of Tut saga, which is a poor way to go about trolling. I really would say that it's hard to be able to get your money back from throwing subs out, as subs on Twitch, when you gift them out, are non-refundable. You can't get that money back. But it's just like one of those things where he threw so much money at the Pig Roach that he's going to have a hard way to get out of there. Yeah, it's about a year old, but I saw somebody on Kiwi Farms find a different account with a similar name, and the one that gifted the subs the other day actually changed his name in Twitch before starting to donate. And the only reason I think that happened was that the guy went ahead and tried to match it to his YouTube account to be like, hey, I'm actually a fan. You can see my comments in this video, which is like The Witcher 2 Part 34 is where the trollish comment was. It was like, I lol at every time where DSP slams his keyboard down or something along those lines. So it's pretty funny. In my mind, it's actually going to be a pretty trolling thing to do, but still, you're talking about giving about roughly, I think it's about almost $3,000 now to the Pig Roach, which is a small dent in his 16K, and he's nowhere near what he needs to do. And yeah, Tommy, he's gonna ruin a lot of Dave's momentum when it comes to his begging. People are not gonna want to go ahead and give money out or be cheering or gifting subs when they saw one big whale make a huge splash. I mean, most people kind of rein it in when that kind of stuff happens. They're like, hey, you just got $3,000. Why are you still begging for money? But at the same time, we're talking about the Pig Roach cult, who likes to throw money anyways at him. It's pretty crazy. But like Metacor said, good old Jim, he said that Dave has probably either the best luck in the world along with the worst luck in the world. Like, he pulls people in just to go ahead and dump on them, and then all of a sudden he catches a flagging or loses monetization, or, you know, gets kicked off of Twitch for a little while. It's kind of funny, to be honest. It's one of those things that really draws me into him, is that he's going to screw up eventually. And with his little marathons coming up, with the wrestling one, I think is next. And that's awful. If you've ever seen it, it's awful. It used to be good when Rambo was around and both of them kind of like commentate together, and one like the Pig Roach would go heel, and then Rambo would kind of be like, you know, your color guy. But it's gonna be really, really funny to watch him try to go ahead and pull more money after a great day. Like, if anything like that ever happened to me, I would freak out. Even with it kind of being maybe a troll thing, but it's hard for them to wiggle their way out of it. But yeah, his podcast is going to be awful. His, you know, Christmas playthrough marathon is going to be trash. I mean, he promised Drunk Side Phil again, and now he pulled back and said, "Oh, I'm too old for that." Nobody's saying get tanked and pass out and piss yourself at the chair, but not like you do that with your bottle of gin anyways on your couch at 3 in the morning. So, yeah, he freaked out yesterday during the morning stream. He was sitting there. They had a Twitch admin in there checking to make sure that he was going to get all of his subs. And then he turned around, and right at like 4:30, he was done. He was like, "All right, guys, I'll see you later. I'll catch you tonight." And he just went offline. Normally, he's like, "Okay, I got some momentum. You know, I want to stay." I mean, at least that's what a smart person would do. And it looks like Golden Coats just said that he's here, so I assume that it's possible that good old E7's back. But I don't know, let me go over there and see if he's floating around in that chat.
Okay, hello everybody.
No, he's not.
Welcome.
Let's listen in and see if he's gonna wiggle his way out of this one.
The final countdown has begun, everyone. If you guys aren't aware, today's December 15th.
It's gonna be real good. He's gonna freak out.
Less than 10 days until Christmas.
Okay.
Holy shmamolies.
Yes.
You guys ordered
The 10 days from Christmas. Yes, we know this. But you're not going to be able to get those subs for like 2 months, buddy.
You're one of those people who are waiting
Good luck.
those who hate or those who hate you during the holidays. Who knows? But anyway, yeah. We are in the home stretch.
You can cancel the your subs. I'm probably not going to cancel that sub that I got gifted, just to kind of keep the illusion over there in his chat. I don't want to be outed as, you know, having that troll account floating around. So it's definitely one of those things.
Something different for sure.
You don't want to blow your cover when it comes to that.
We're gonna have to try to figure this out. You know, how
But we'll see.
allow me to explain. Today,
Yeah, not a lot of people do the morning restreams, and I figured that I could kind of cut my teeth doing some restreams and streaming more in the morning. I mean, not a lot of people are there. You know, I'm not competing with some of the bigger guys out there. Definitely not with Tevin. I like to listen to Tevin because he's been around for a while too. I think I've only been around a couple of years longer than he has, but he's been in the game a lot longer. Yeah, no way it was Twitch admin actually trying to line his pockets and keep him going. That's shady, but I'm surprised Twitch didn't look into it more. I mean, to me it's fishy that somebody's following for less than 2 hours and shoving about 500 gifted subs in his face. Yeah, I tried to comment to him, and he was... all he said in chat was he was just coming in to make sure that Phil got his gifted subs. Which, to me, makes no sense. I mean, it got put out. But that was just...
jumped off this ledge, and I remember he's running up to a ledge and jumping like an
It
ass.
was just the guy just sat around there and watched for a bit, and you could tell Phil was a little more nervous when Twitch admin showed up.
Out of control, silly.
I mean, when it first started happening, some people thought it was like a bot or cat or even, you know, the Pig Roach himself trying to give him back some momentum that he's lost since Tut left. I mean, it's extremely fishy. The guy doesn't follow anybody else. He doesn't sub to anybody else. I have never seen his name in chat show up, so he's not said a single word in chat. That to me is a big red flag. You'd think you could be like, oh yeah, you're all welcome for your gifted subs, no problem. I'm just trying to help out, you know, somebody I really want to support. But, you know, it's just funny to me how it all works out.
Stagecoaches and doing multiple rides off of waterfalls and shit.
Heck,
Insanity, okay? It was just wild.
We'll see how it goes.
We had done a lot of crazy stuff, okay? But by the time that third session ended, we kind of were like, all right.
Now we let it slip. So one of the guys, Lucifer's Soul over there in Dave's chat, went ahead and resubbed yesterday during all of the gifted subs, and he said, you know, Dave was like, oh hey, look, you're a legitimate sub. Now some people picked that up. I saw Mighty D picked it up too. I just don't know if he just let it slip, like, oh hey, all these gifted subs, but you're a legitimate fan. It could start causing a bit of a rift into his Twitch chat between followers and subs. Heck, yesterday I was sitting in there, and this was after like the first round of gifted subs came through, and there were a couple of his followers who were subs who were like, you know, cast shade at the those without the crown. So it was pretty interesting that people wanted to go ahead and, you know, divide the tribe into subs and followers. And it wouldn't be shocking if they tried to divide it again from like real subs to gifted subs. Now with the legit transactions, Tommy, the thing is that you have to remember some of the bigger companies out there can and are willing to take a hit on a credit card fraud. You're not going to be able to tell right away unless if somebody calls up their credit card company and goes, hey, you know, this wasn't a charge I put on. This was not anything that I wanted to spend my money on. And then it goes back to PayPal, and then PayPal goes to Twitch and say, hey, this is what's going on. But like I believe what happened with the whole King Tut side of things is that that PayPal took the hit, and so did like Visa. So Visa took the hit from Tut's side, and PayPal made sure that Phil was able to keep his money. So they lost out on that, but you know, it's $1,000. It's pretty much a drop in the bucket for a company that big.
Then after we do that for a bit, you know, maybe an hour or two of that, and it starts to get okay, enough of that. Then maybe we'll probably write out and start looking for areas where, you know.
But I would assume that if anything like this happens again, why the Pig Roach didn't show any more of his email that he tried to say that it was him winning was because underneath that it said something along the lines of, hey, we cannot have you take any more financial hit from your side. Yeah, that's his Twitch sub count right now. It was 1191, up from yesterday from like 525 or something along those lines. Yeah, he's pretty close to, or at least last night he was pretty close into breaking into that top kind of area.
So what we may right back to the map of the original Red Dead 1 and look for those areas again, or maybe we could just ride around Red Dead.
It'd be amusing if they tried to pull the money from the subs again, and to find out that PayPal doesn't want to cover his fat gouty ass again. It'd be really amusing.
Then we're gonna maybe do some Suicide King stuff.
Suicide Kings. It's gonna be trash, mostly because he's too paranoid to play with people. Hold on, I got something I gotta go and fix really quick.
As usual,
Let me go find that. Where to go?
We only have 3.
I'll go to that.
It gets kind of tiring, but it is what it is. Originally I had 7. I'm not even exaggerating. Originally I had 7 people.
That was a classic Pig Roach snort. So we'll put it up on the board.
People dropped out for various reasons, and now we're down to only having.
Hey, Mighty D, what's going on, my friend? Glad you could show up for this.
I know some people are already like, "Whoa, I want to get in there. I want to play. The only people we'd be able to have is someone who we already know and trust.
Yeah, see, there's the paranoia right there. He doesn't trust his fans. He doesn't trust his following to be able to play anything online with a group of people. So the only way the Pig Roach ever gives somebody trust is if they throw money at him. I mean, you've got Swaggins, or you have, your other little whales, T-Pose, people like those guys who are willing to throw some money there. So, that'll be interesting. Yeah, him and 2 moderators. And then they'll bring in randoms. That's gonna be awful. I mean, embrace it. If people are going to come in and troll you during Suicide Kings, just laugh at them and then boot them. Who cares? I mean, you could imagine, like, the Egg Gang showing up and trying to just massacre and ruin the entire stream for him. But he's too scared to play games online.
I'm cool with that. If this ends up being a bust and you guys don't like it and you think it's boring, fine. No skin off anyone's
You know what?
back. We're all okay
Secret.
with that. We can just move on.
Dave needs to go ahead and get a goddamn job. Like the rest of us. I mean, I get it. He made some money off of it, but his financials are really awful. Really bad. I think that was another lovely snort. That's right. We're on 2 already, and we're only going live for a little while.
Well, I don't know. Again, I've only played this
It's pretty bad.
for a couple of hours at a shot, so I don't even know that much about. We're a good area. We're gonna rely.
He wants to go ahead and make excuse after excuse of why he doesn't have time to get a job, but I mean, most of us work probably 40, 45 hours a week at a normal work day, and right now he's just grasping at, straws. And there it is. There's your dead air for a bit. And he's checking his phone again.
Alright, so that's this first stream. Will be Red Dead Redemption 2 Suicide Kings. By the way, yes, we will be talking.
I hate it when he checks his phone. I mean, you can always tell when he checks his phone too, because he goes quiet and he looks down.
I don't know how my voice is gonna hold
Completely down at his phone. And it's like, that's no way to go about it at all.
Right in the middle of streaming, which was not very good.
So we'll see. He'll probably have to take a break after this pre-stream. I've never seen a streamer before, or a content creator out there, who goes ahead and has to go and shave, or take a shower, or brush his teeth. I mean, could you imagine that? Going to your job and go into your doorway and be like, clock in for work. Oh, hold on, I'll be back in 10 minutes. I gotta go shower and shave and brush my teeth. And it's like, you just started work. Why are you taking the time out of your day to go and do that? He starts his streams at 10:30. I was up at 6:30 this morning. I knew what I wanted to do with this whole stream. I got some stuff around the house done. Sat down, played a little Destiny 2, turned around, and set everything up for the stream. Nice and easy. It's not too difficult to handle. But apparently it's too hard for, lovely, good old Pig Roach here.
When I played Minecraft 3 years ago, I was just floating around. around. Remember, I wasn't doing a lot of.
He still flubs around in Minecraft. Don't listen to that. He's being handheld through cheers and tips and other chat. He doesn't even know. In the console version of Minecraft, as far as I understand it, it has a recipe book into it. It's integrated into the game. So he doesn't need to look up a guide or anything.
And I finally got a lot of good armor. I got diamond weapons because I was able to mine.
And then people actually just handheld him through it. That doesn't seem like a fun experience. He should really try to pull in more people to play games with.
It was pretty fun. I must admit, this is why I think Minecraft is a great game in regards to kind of interaction and exploration. Interaction with the stream viewers.
Yeah, he enjoys no games.
And exploration aspect is also
we all know this.
So
he hates it. He says he loves a game and he's like excited to play it, and then he's like just goes excuse after excuse after excuse. And then he jumps into other different things of what he does not like about the game. And then afterwards he goes back onto like Twitter and puts out this happy-go-lucky personality tweet until Drunkside Phil shows up at 3 in the morning.
It should be about another 4 hours. So tomorrow should be the end of Adventure Mode, the World of Light mode in Smash Bros. Ultimate. Then I'll have unlocked every single character in the game, and we'll be ready to, fully investigate other modes and also do full online play with all the characters. Okay?
The other day he said he was pretty much done with Adventure Mode and didn't know that he was only halfway through the map.
And I will not be doing a nighttime stream tomorrow for multiple reasons. Number one, it'll give me an opportunity to rest my voice a bit. Number two, I've got other stuff to do. For example,
I don't know why he keeps talking about resting his voice. He doesn't need to yell or scream or act like a clown like he does. Just have a normal speaking voice like this. It's not too difficult. Get something to drink every now and then. Don't crunch your water bottles into the microphone.
So that'll be neat, and the patrons will have exactly a week to vote and determine.
He does get pretty stale after a while. That's why I like watching a restream or checking into other people's daily videos about what's going on. Just because it's hard to tolerate him like this. You need something to spice it up.
Then on Monday, the premiere of my final Fantasy 4 playthrough.
Now, I've been around for a while, and he always said that Final Fantasy 4 was going to be his swan song. Like, it's his bucket list game. And he was saying that that was going to be like his last game ever. And he's going to play the port on Steam, which I believe is actually the port from Android. And it's not really the best way to go ahead and play a classic game like that. I mean, you could probably go off and, I don't know if it's on the, Nintendo store or anything like that. Or you can maybe hopefully get it donated by somebody who has an actual copy of it.
To kind of guiding you guys through the game rather than just doing a blind playthrough. So it should be a lot of fun. Something very special to me, and I hope that you guys will join me for it.
He wants it to be a special kind of playthrough and in a nostalgia kind of go through. And it's just really, it's going to be awful. He's going to have his handheld. Even though he says it's his favorite Final Fantasy game, he probably knows nothing about it. He will just flop every which way. Arizona, it's all good, man. No worries. Large crowds make me a little nervous, too. Even though I like going to concerts and enjoy the music that I do, it's just, it can be a little, intense at times.
And then Friday I'm back with the Spider-Man's final DLC called Silver Lining.
He's going to complain about all of that DLC again.
Maybe Minecraft, we'll see. Maybe some Black Ops.
I don't know why he's trying to push Minecraft so much right now. It might be because he noticed that he got more viewers during his Indies Marathon, which were just from people showing up to see the horrific state of his stream I mean, it was the first game he played during that indie stream, so people just showed up out of the woodwork. And then he turned around and got a bunch of gifted subs the other day as well. He doesn't know anything about the Belmont clan at all. He's probably confused half the time talking about lineage or anything along those Castlevania. It's pretty bad. I mean, he says he's a high-skilled gamer, though his reaction speed is just tanking.
Dax podcast will also have a very special preview of 2019, where I'll be going through all the games so far in 2019 that have
I've yet to be over there and seeing a Five Finger Death Punch show. Out of all the metal shows I go to, I've been to a couple Metallica shows, a couple Slayer shows, been to various other smaller like Psychobilly shows, things along those lines. Bands like Tiger Army, the Reverend Horton Heat. I enjoy. There's a hometown band I like called Devil Mix 3. They do kind of like more of like folk rock music, which is pretty awesome to listen to. So I enjoy that kind of style of music as well. Yeah, a couple of Avenged Sevenfold shows. Went to Rock on the Range last year out in Columbus, which is sadly the last year for it. But that was awesome. I got to see Tool. That crossed one band off that bucket list for that one. That was cool to see.
Now, you guys may have noticed the sub count's a little bit high. In fact, that's the highest sub count we've ever had, 1,191 subs. You might say,
nah,
whoa, what the hell?
Not a mainer.
How does Phil have so many subscribers?
I just like supporting my hometown music, and it's good stuff.
We had, in particular, one Good Samaritan, and then a lot of other people.
Oh yeah, his Dragon Quest streams are just garbage. He's going to try to grind his way through Final Fantasy IV. Guaranteed. He's going to hit a roadblock and go back and grind for an entire stream.
So basically our subscriptions are sky high right now, okay? Really nice.
The thing about Slayer shows Arizona is if you go to one, you've pretty much seen them all. They play the same stuff over and over again. And it's not the most intimidating crowd out there, but they do put on an attempt. They're not too good live, but if you're into metal, go see them. Yeah, Devil Mix 3 is really awesome. I'm surprised that their exposure is really skyrocketing right now. I enjoyed their last album that came out. I'll probably listen to some of that today when I go and run around and do some errands later. I got some doggos that I need to let out and, you know, play with for a bit and do some other home shopping. Oh, we got plugs coming up. I don't know how he's going to deal with these plugs right now, but we'll see.
Thank you, everyone, for everything recently. As you guys know, with all my financial challenges and everything, it is nice to get some extra support.
Why is he talking about his financial problems?
Everyone was very generous, in particular with tipping when I needed it.
Is he going to avoid talking about all the gifted subs yesterday?
Helping me with those tips when I needed them very much. Thanks to obviously the people who have subscribed to help me out. It is all much appreciated. And I just want to say thank you. Now, that being said, there are many ways that you can support my efforts to continue doing this full time.
So far, he's avoided that topic.
To not lose my house, okay? Here's what you can do. Number one, you can check out my Patreon.
Maybe you should just sell the house. Scale down, man. Go out to, like, the Midwest. Get a decent 3-bedroom house for the cheap. His Patreon actually went up a bit. I'm actually going to go take a look and see how it looks. His Patreon went up past 600 again. which was weird because it was tanking there, and to see it pop back up.
There was no way I was going to be able to do it right away. I was going to have to hold off and wait.
Well, we'll check it right now. Yeah, he's at $614 with 132 patrons. 81 of those are at the $1, 60 with the 5, 20 patrons with the $10, 11 with the $20, 5 with the $50 or more tier. It's impressive when that thing is dead. I mean, he doesn't have any incentives anymore, you know. He goes ahead and has people, you know, tries to give him incentives, like he's going to show a count on his screen. And he doesn't give shoutouts anymore, really, unless if you actually go ahead and throw money at him right now. If you throw those 50 cents at him and hit him in the face with those 2 quarters, he'll probably read your cheer. But there's no point into joining his Patreon right now. He has no incentive for it. The patron's choice doesn't matter. He overrides it every single time they reach a goal. Is he back to 4? He's to 5 on the $50 mark, and blows my mind. He's actually on 5, which is weird. But as you saw with some of those leaked videos that are on LSB's channel, the Pig Roach doesn't really give you too much of an honest answer. He kind of just, it's more like patting himself on the back, or, you know, some verbal masturbation on his part. It's pretty bad, because he's pretty much just talking into an echo chamber at that point if somebody's going to give him money for that. It's not like he answers any of the questions honestly anymore, or if ever. The fun thank you animation, you mean the animation that I just played in the corner, which is the normal bit drop where he's rocking back and forth with the cups, just with him with a beard and a hat on. That's it. That's the change. It would have took somebody with any bit of talent on, you know, any kind of Photoshop editor to change that around. It's awful. For your contributions. As you guys can also see at the top of the screen, we've got the stream stats leaderboard. On this leaderboard, we've got the, which he ignores for dollar tips from trolls. He ignores putting them up there. I want you to note he hasn't touched anything on these gifted subs yet. Nothing. He hasn't talked about them. Nice hiccup into the mic. Yeah. He hasn't said a single word about it yet. I wonder why he hasn't said anything. Does he not want to bring it up? He ran away from him yesterday. There's 2 different ways you can do it. If you look below the stream, there's a button that says tip jar. You can click on that, or you can just type !tip. The tip jar is a piggy bank on his Twitch account, which is really funny to me. Anonymous tip, or you can leave your name and a message if you'd actually like a shout out and recognition for your contribution. Okay? So, thanks to anyone who considers it. Tipping me helps out a lot. It actually nothing yet. A ton this last week with my bank account issues. Now those are resolved, which is good. And now we're looking towards okay, there, right there, he said that his issues with his bank account are resolved. So, did he get overdrafted or not? Alright. I think he lied about it. He caught himself right there. For those who cheered this week, okay? Again, skipping over the sub gifts. Those who cheered, to give them credit where credit is due. Alright, so shout out to the top 10 cheers. But yeah, he just went ahead and said that his bank issues were resolved. In 9th place, 2T Head. In 8th place, 2 Bar Kid.
7th
That's
place goes to
great.
Golden Colts. There's a tie.
So
5th place
he wasn't
Murdoch
anywhere
and the
near
Pony
being overdrafted in his
4th place, we
accounts.
got Mr. Papavera. In 3rd place, Tantamouter. In 2nd place, Aaron is Buddha. And in 1st place, Ace Best. So
Yeah, Tommy, his Twitch payment should have came in today, I believe, is what he's claiming.
Long ass time, and apparently was lurking in my streams. And then the other night, I finally won my 2nd ever match of Blackout in Black Ops 4, and he dropped a 5,000 bit cheer, which was like, damn.
Yeah, I look a little different without the suit and shades. I like the character of Agent Proper, but I also like to have an off day every now and then.
Let's actually go all the way back overnight.
I will be making my normal video tomorrow with it, so I look forward to it. It's a nice excuse for me to go ahead and dress in a suit. I enjoy suiting up personally. Might take a little long, but I can pull off a nice suit.
Golden Colts did several different cheers here. 1, 2, 300-bit cheers, then a 50-bit, then another 100-bit, then a 50-bit, then a 100-bit, then a 75-bit. So thank you for those overnight cheers, Golden Colts. Those are very much appreciated. Then...
Ooh.
Hold on a second.
Wait. Checking his phone. Yep. Checking his email right now. That's why it's dead air. He might be manually banning people, too.
Rob8777 resubscribed for the 7th month in a row, and he said, 7 months,
But
baby.
Swaggins is there, and he'll swag anybody
Also,
right now.
before the stream even started, Rob Warren tipped me $15. He said, "Is Final Fantasy IV Monday, bro? Looking forward to a laugh tonight." Yes, Final Fantasy IV is going to start on Monday. I said it finally in stone.
Yeah,
So there you go.
really the whole concept behind my content came to me in a dream,
If you are going to cheer today,
weirdly enough,
please include
one
the
night.
hashtag
I was like,
charity in your cheer.
there it is. I need to make the Pig Roach turn into kind of like a criminal and do a true crimes kind of show about him.
You will actually be for free donating
And,
to charity. And
you know,
the streamer
it
gets the
I
bits. It's not like
put it down, the idea down, and on some paper, and kind of thought about it a bit, and came up with the DIA one day at work,
hashtag charity included in the cheer.
and started pushing it.
Which will by default give money to charity within 2
And to me, the
months
whole
of the year,
point
they already
of the
raised
DIA
over
itself is
$1,000.
to get
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
detractors to show up together, because if you really pay attention, a lot of the detractors out there really do have
Yeah.
a
Getting back to the subject,
strong push and creative insight into a lot of different things. I mean, you've got the editing skills of people like Memology, or you have the speaking skills of somebody like GTG. And, you know, I enjoyed Secret's videos until he decided not to go ahead and put out the year-end video, which is fine. I mean, more power to you, bud. Gotta go do your own thing. I mean, it is what it is.
Is it a good start? Yes. Is it a huge chunk? No. But it's a good start.
And
Okay.
I do want to get it, you know, another way to throw it back more into some of this deeper lore that some people forget about. You know, I want to cover back the Remergency, and I want to cover his banning off of Blip TV with the whole Dead Space gameplay. And that was near the time when I started turning from being one of his fans and turned into just not caring about him at all. And I just kind of stumbled back into it, and it's been fun. I met some cool people, talked to a lot of different folks out there like you guys, and it's been really enjoyable as a creative outlet for me.
I guess I should reiterate my opinions about the game, okay? Probably, in my opinion, one of the best stories I've ever experienced in a video game.
He never said anything in any of the shout-out segment. Nothing about all those gifted subs. He avoided it. I don't get it. That's really, really weird to not say a single thing about it. I mean, his chat is still talking about good old Emerald 7.
I actually think the gameplay of Red Dead Redemption 1 is more responsive and more
It doesn't make any sense to me.
Redemption 2. I think they went so so much into the cinematic route.
Like if you're going to go ahead and go in and,
They basically wanted to make the game
you
as
know,
easy as possible, so anyone
thank people for their cheers and stuff, why don't you thank somebody for giving you a bunch of it? It's like, if you were actually, if this guy's legit and you didn't get a shout out about dropping that many subs your next day, wouldn't you be pissed off? Yeah, I don't know, John, but welcome to this lovely stream. And I don't know about the 24-hour period with that. I mean, really, the only way out would be to go ahead and turn around and claim it as credit card fraud. That'd be the only way I can think of to get that sub money back. Somebody in his chat just put out his Santa emote equals eggplant. And that's pretty true. I mean, he might have just said that he doesn't know who Emerald is, and nor does anybody else. But part of it has to come from, you know, the possibility of that YouTube user connection. And it could be that this guy is behind the scenes talking back and forth with the Pig Roach. It's very possible that he sent him an email. But the email that came out last Sunday, right after my video showed up, was very interesting. I mean, it's just, it was actually legit. Like, that's a legitimate email. We saw pictures of it. We saw the video of it. I'll cover it more in depth tomorrow during my video, but this actually shows off that, you know, what's going on with it, and it's really weird, because that's really how Phil talks to people, and that's how he wants to go ahead and gain donations. You thought that GTG was calling me Asian proper. That'd be amusing. I mean, pangolins are where I got the initial part of my whole screen name, because I love those little creatures. They're super neat. Too bad that they're just becoming extinct. I'd say I would call it trolling, and it's a solid troll. He didn't spend any money. He didn't throw quarters at him to ruffle his feathers. All he did was send a simple email saying, hey, this is what I want to do. Now, if you got that as a legitimate person who wants to actually give somebody money, I would turn around and run away from that in a heartbeat. Because the next day, he goes ahead and goes off on a tangent and a rant about how he didn't want, like, the fan didn't want the exposure. He said it in his email, straight up. Tell your fan base that I'm trying to give you the money. And he tucked it in his back pocket and told them, I don't want to get the money, or I want the money, but I don't want to go ahead and cash it in until January 1st. Which is pretty much tax evasion as far as it goes. You can't get a hold of funds like that and then turn around and then, you know, turn around and tuck them away. Feels oriental, man. If it's a consolation, I do like Asiatic foods of all varieties. Especially digging some sriracha all the time.
So we'll see how it goes, I guess. It sucks that this had to happen now, but you know, it is what it is. Alright, continuing on. Straight Cash Omi did 100 bit cheers to see Phil, excited for your holiday stream. Hopefully Cat will stop by. And what your stream just Cause for?
I don't think he's gonna have Cat swing by his stream.
Because I didn't like Just Cause. Lunatic Fringe.
At all. When it comes to the holidays. She might come in, and GTG said it too. It would be very, very interesting if Cat showed up buzzed. He does have a point. People kind of loosen up when they're a little buzzed, and she might actually be willing to let more of her own personality shine.
Well, the bottom line is, I appreciate any contributions.
I really don't get how he goes, hey, I will give you money and a home to live in, and a car and decent other items, but you just have to go ahead and not have an online persona at all anymore. I mean, she was streaming for a while, and she had her own Twitch, she had her own YouTube, and she just fell off the face of the earth when it came to all of that. And that's a hard sell for somebody to just take off your online persona completely because of trolls, I guess? I mean, I like the little meme things about Cat, but for the most part, I feel pretty bad for her. You know, who knows what she does for a living right now. I'm sure there's multiple cars in that garage. Oh, you don't know that much? Yeah. Other parts about Cat's lore is that she was dating a guy back in Michigan. You'll hear him be called a Subaru man, because that's what he had. He had a Subaru with a pretty banging sound system, which went ahead and, you know, moved her hair around, which there were YouTube videos about. The idea in the lore is that Dave ended up putting her up into a hotel room last year, towards the end of the year, during the whole tax, you know, saga, you know, Save the House 1.0. And he took that money to move her out, to put her up into a hotel room, to buy her a new wardrobe, to get her a new car, to get her a phone, and into the house in February. And that's what happened with all those taxes. He's trying to weasel his way into getting more money from his fans.
And then sadly, the guy revealed himself to be a troll. He tried to charge back everything.
And he's ranting about Tut, as Tommy said.
The guy tried to get all his money back to screw me over. By the way, it didn't work. He failed miserably and lost all of that money, despite what he wants to tell the internet to save face because he's so fucking embarrassed.
I really do think it's a lie.
You cannot, and I'll say this again,
they both got their money.
You cannot charge back subs. You cannot charge back cheers. You can't charge back.
If it's credit card, you can. Credit card fraud. That's what you say it is. You get your money back.
And he tried to charge back over $1,000 in tips, and PayPal said, nope, screw you, we're siding with Phil.
I was talking to Tut when this was all going on through whispers, and he gave me some decent insight, but he was always pretty vague with everything. It wasn't sincere for the most part.
The contributions slowed down, and actually the months of October and November, which normally,
but then he started to really troll it up in his chat and tried to push other people around. Nah, I don't think that Tut is the same guy on a sock account. Whoever Tut is decided if they wanted to come back and throw some money around again, or do anything like that. He's around. He still floats around. He gave me a subscription to Dan's Gaming, which was pretty cool. So that kind of stuff is out there, and he still goes by Tutankhamun.
I do appreciate all of your contributions, and I do appreciate obviously ML7 those subs last night. They were awesome, but please don't take that as an indication that now Phil's good forever. No, that's not how it works. You know, you guys know I have quite a large sum of money I need to raise.
There's the whining that he doesn't have enough money.
Yeah, like I said,
dude just handed you $300.
But nowhere near the amount I need to raise. So I just got to keep working, even though my voice is all shot.
Or not 300, like almost 3K.
And doing my best to put out fun content for you guys, you know, and hopefully it all works out. So thank And yeah, please don't take that last night as an indication that, oh, it feels good now. That's not the case, okay? Alright, Lathan Sullivan did a 500-bit cheer and said,
Gosh, his emotes are just trash.
Well, thank you very much.
They're so
Lathan,
bad.
You actually have now tied Super Blind Man.
Oh, Super Blind Man.
So,
I wonder if Super Blind Man would donate to Phil if he could actually see what he looked like and how he acted. That'd be pretty interesting. But hey, more power to you, Super Blind Man. You go.
Moose Taba, excuse me, cheered and said, "Put me down in your posse. I play with you in Injustice 2. You can trust me." No, at this point, I'm not going to be just accepting randoms. Okay?
He's not accepting randoms to his gameplays at all.
Right now on the stream, sorry. BWT cheered 100 bits and said, "What's up, man? Sorry I haven't been here on stream for a while. I'm watching you on YouTube when I can." That's cool.
Goodbye. You're getting swagged. You see, somebody put on at DSP sell the condo. That's he's gonna wiggle his way through this.
Very, very busy with your studies. You know, final exam for the semester.
Wait, have you heard his bottle crinkling into the microphone yet, John? Have you heard that? That is probably the worst sound in the world. It might be worse than nails on a chalkboard. It's awful.
That's cool. All right, that's really cool.
It is so bad. And he's been doing it lately.
So, yeah, thanks for joining. Thanks for the cheer.
Okay.
Thanks for joining us. BWT, good to see you back. Sputnik Lock, subscribe to the channel. Sputnik Lock for the sub, appreciate that.
And a legit sub.
Give me another $1.
Tip from Prime, I believe.
Kingdom Hearts 3, and those will lead into Kingdom Hearts 4. Would you care to play them?
Ooh.
Let me put it this way.
Kingdom Hearts 3, his playthrough is just going to be awful.
All indications looks like it is going to be pretty good, okay?
Awful.
I like it to the point where I really enjoy it.
I mean, Kingdom Hearts 2 was an interesting playthrough just because that had everything where Panda Lee went and just started thrashing fans of the game. And his chat just lashed back, and he just went crazy. If you've ever seen that, oh my gosh. He just put it into like sub-only mode and freaked out. You guys are harassing my girlfriend. It's like, she was harassing people first when that was going on. People were getting banned left and right.
They wanted to make 500 spin-off games on handhelds, even of a fucking mobile game. Can you believe it? A mobile game
crazy.
on your phone. They expect you to play to keep.
Oh no, not a mobile game. He'll throw money at a mobile game in a heartbeat. He's throwing thousands of dollars into mobile games.
As something normal, you can play on a normal console.
Yikes.
Yes, I would consider playing them. Okay. The only reason I didn't play the other ones is because they're on fucking 500 other various things, and no, wasn't going to play 700 spin-offs on handhelds to figure it out. There's also a web browser game.
Yeah, he doesn't evolve his streams at all. He has a useless green screen.
I hope so.
I mean, I could imagine the work I could put in with the green screen, but right now, that's out of the question for me personally. It's not a big deal though. Let me check something really quick. But yeah, it's,
cartoon characters.
he doesn't have. I don't think he even has a pop filter on his mic. Which, if you're actually smart about your mic setup, you can get away with not having one. But push to talk works, or being able to be fast with a mute button for a bodily function. Nobody likes to hear you burp. Nobody likes to hear you snort.
It's gonna be a lot of fun this year.
People make fun of it all the time.
Shout out to my guy, Liam Dingo.
I mean, I saw him show up in a back from a break. First thing he did was burp right into the mic. The funny thing is, he doesn't have like an instant top cheer or a instant tip or anything like that. All of his stuff is input. It's all manual. It's all him sitting there at his laptop.
This year was so good. Like, as an RPG,
okay.
everything you want,
got another thing on the list.
That after playing for 60 hours,
like,
there's still another
I'm even
3
aware
hours to
that
go.
the water fountain we have for our cats, if that thing makes extra noise and it hums just slightly, it bugs me enough to where I will unplug it so it doesn't ruin a video.
And that's a shame.
So,
I think a lot of people were looking forward to it.
it's just,
It was kind of just a very, very formulaic,
it's just weird.
modern style action combat RPG that really.
He wants to have this like live raw gameplay like he used to do on YouTube when he first started. But people keep asking him for improvements. People keep telling him how to improve, and all he does is just crap right onto that person.
I agree.
He's like, "Oh, there's not enough room for a green screen." Yeah, there is. Move your couch forward the 2 feet. Put the green screen behind the couch. It's that easy. Or, you know, his artwork on this pre-stream is trash. Look at that. His merch, awful on Teespring. Awful. There are people out there who have way better merchandise. Heck, I just saw Dante throw up some merch links the other day. Dante Crisis. Yeah, his stuff looks pretty decent. And I think he got somebody to put in some work for him. I mean, that's the way you go. You get designs done. You get other things done by people who are actually capable of designing things.
Oh no! Alright, is there a game, a Kingdom Hearts game with actual mainstream plot you need to know for Kingdom Hearts 3 that's only playable by getting game pieces off of French fry boxes at McDonald's during a certain time of the year?
What?
Because I'm trying now to do the most ridiculously exaggerated thing possible.
There's plenty of lore out there about Kingdom Hearts. You can watch a 10-minute video on YouTube and get caught up. You don't need to go over there to like McDonald's or anywhere else to go get your lore. People have researched it. People have done extensive videos on it. But
absolutely ridiculous how many there have been.
That's just absurd. Oh, he just hit the sub count button command in his chat, which he's down to 1187 right now. At least that's what he was saying. But still, there are other ways to find lore for something that you're into. There were videos of Destiny lore that I was watching because I wanted to know more about a game I was enjoying. There's plenty of channels out there about all the Fallout lore. So, those exist too. You know, people do have that kind of stuff.
I think the most I've ever won was like...
Yeah, people did cancel their subs. It's pretty funny. They get gifted a sub and they're like, nope. No thank you.
A free...
Really, there's some more dead air. He's checking his phone.
I'm trying to think.
No, you're checking your phone. You're not thinking.
I think once I got like a free burger, like a free Big Mac or something, and I've always gotten a free apple pie.
See, when he gets some dead air in there for that little 30-second window, he's actually checking his phone.
Free fries.
There he is checking his phone again.
So they're rigged. There's a whole story about it. Oh, really? So there's no actual way to win those.
And he's looking at chat too.
At McDonald's, there's no way to actually win it at all.
There's a snake laugh.
Interesting.
We are an hour and 10 minutes into this pre-stream.
So there's a Wii exclusive game that contains critical plot exposure for Kingdom Hearts 3.
That's right.
Son of a bitch.
An hour and 10 minute pre-stream. This is the kind of stuff that he could fill his streams with. His fans seem to eat it up. But he doesn't talk about his gameplay, but he just sits there. And it's just so bad.
Okay. The Pony Cake Cheers said I won burgers, fries, and soda. The soda was bad, but at least I got free burgers and fries at McDonald's. Also an apple pie, which I gave to my pet.
That was a funny. That was
right.
From a cheer. Somebody had to cheer for him to read that.
We are finally done.
Yikes.
With the shout-outs. I think now we can settle in, and what I will do is I will form my party here and get everyone voice checked. So bear with us, guys. Give us like 10 minutes to sit here and get the party set up and get the voice chat
people are more interested in watching his train wreck continue than they are to watch him succeed. It's a Saturday afternoon, and he has over 1,000 subs, 1,100 subs, and he's barely pulling almost 200 viewers.
Okay, so that is it, guys. Thank you very much for the support.
That's awful.
You guys had fun. We're gonna see what we can do in Red Dead 2 today. Hopefully, like I said,
and for a bigger game too, for Red Dead Online.
Right now, it's not not going so good. No, the stream is not going off, Golden Colts. What I'm going to do is mute the stream. You'll hear no audio at all. And I'll set up the party behind the scenes. Then I'll come back.
He should have set up this party right now. Well, talking to his viewers while he's not on camera. It's not too difficult to be playing into your game while chatting with people on your stream. He should have been actually setting up everything. Now you got probably about 5 to 10 minutes now of just complete dead air while he sets up a party that he should have set up 30 minutes ago. Heck, he could have set it up an hour ago. He could have pulled people in, had it ready to go, and went, okay guys, well, we're going to get into gameplay. Press 2 buttons, switch over to the actual screen of the game, and then turn around and play with his friends. He didn't check for updates, so could you imagine a 30-minute update too? Oh, that would be rough. This is crazy. This is... yikes. Look at this. He's a professional streamer. This is his work. Could you imagine that going to, say, what would be the equivalency of this? Maybe to like watching somebody broadcast a sporting event, right? And your commentator is just dead quiet. Dead quiet. Doesn't say a damn word. It's insane. I'm gonna go see how many viewers are just dropping out because they think he's got 512 right now is his number of viewers for a quiet stream where nothing's happening. And I bet those numbers are inflated just because of people with sock accounts who would much rather watch it from a restreamer, but just don't know of anybody yet, like myself, who put out a restream in the mornings. Like, that's pretty bad. This doesn't make any sense to me of why you would have this much dead air during your gameplay. This is just I feel bad for his viewers. And it's not like you can talk much in his chat freely. I mean, you talk about the wrong thing and then all of a sudden you get swagged. Yeah, it is pretty typical Dave stream. And it's bad. Like, people over there saying that it's the worst stream ever and that they're crapping on each other back and forth. It's pretty crazy. Like, his stream just runs wild. People pointing out that mods are above the rules. His chat is so just toxic. I don't like to say toxic too much, but if you don't pony up some cash, or if you do anything along those lines, like mention another streamer, yeah, like Liquid did the other day. he mentioned another streamer. Same streamer got mentioned yesterday too, by the way. But dude went ahead and got banned. Are you serious? Swaggins is calling his followers swaglings. Swaglings. That's so bad to have a cult following, almost like a gang that sits in your own chat. Why? Why would you let anything like that happen? I've never seen anything like this before in somebody else's chat. I mean, it's just pretty crazy. Again, dead air on the stream. Your mods are apparently above the rules. You talk smack back and forth to people, and that you don't care. It's weird. It's really weird. I mean, Swaggins has been around for a little while. The only reason he's a mod is he actually started giving money to the Pig Roach, and in decent amounts. He gave him a trial mod for a little bit during early PUBG stuff, and then pushed him up to mod later. But I don't get why that didn't get caught by Twitch. That's totally and completely against the rules. You can't buy your mod ship, but most of Dave's chat has. You say, oh yeah, they're only contributing, but when it's that much money pushing him, it's insane. It's like, wait, you can't. He gave you that much money, and now you're a mod. But Twitch doesn't care. They don't care at all. I mean, LSB's stream yesterday pretty much showed that people were doing lewd drawings and things on those lines. Nope, they were still up. They're fine. Those guys can get away with that kind of stuff. Dave is a tractor name. That's funny. It's funny that Dave is his dad's name. This is his father's name. Yeah, it's about 10 minutes of dead air now. Roughly. Like the only people in his stream that are actually talking, like he has 511 viewers right now. But most of the people who talk in his chat are his roughly about real fans, probably about 100 people. And it's growing less throughout the days. Swaggins is trying to keep pushing out. Oh, somebody gave the DIA a shout out. That's nice. That's hilarious that somebody gave that out there. I'd like to see that get banned right away. That would be hilarious. Somebody's asking if that's a detractor now. But yeah, it's still dead air. About 10 minutes in. And it doesn't make any sense as a professional or even a hobbyist streamer like myself to have that much dead air. Like I can see him coming back from break being like, yeah, I got the party set up, but I had to go to the restroom and I had to do this and that, and keep dealing with it. And it's like, whoa, you took a break. It was a break. This is gonna be people are just ragging on him too. Yeah, that's the nice thing about these new crowns showing up and all the gifted subs. It's gonna be harder for most people to pick out troll comments and trolls. I mean, if you're good at it and you can realize who's trolling and who's not, it's pretty funny. But that's pretty interesting. It's like a shield almost, because if Phil's looking at, I'm giving somebody a manual ban and he only sees like the Twitch Prime crown or a bit badge next to their name, he will straight up manually ban you. But if he sees a sub, he thinks about it for a quick second. He just posted in his chat that, okay guys, we are setting up now. Party is set, just need to get the game going now. I'm waiting for him to be like, oh, there was a huge update, and I'm screwed. Oh, it's 10 minutes of dead air. Yikes. This is rough for even me to watch. I mean, I'm trying to fill it so you guys are at least entertained about stuff. I mean, do you have anything that you want to bring up about the Pig Roach or anything else going on with your days? Because I do like to talk with you guys. It's very enjoyable for me. Oh, they do have T-Pose as a mod. That's interesting. Like, yeah, you're right, Secret. I mean, I get into work early, about 15 minutes early, so I can just relax in my car for about 5 minutes. I walk in at the 10-minute mark to make sure my station is all set up and ready to go for the day. So I'll need to break away for 10 minutes, 20 minutes to make sure that I can keep doing my work. I mean, it's pretty bad. I used to show up to work early too, like 30 minutes early to one of my jobs, just to make sure that everything was handled. Yeah, that came out of Kiwi Farms. That T-Pose is formerly Hopper. He just changed his name. No, it seems Swaggins was pretty salty with the big whale showing up yesterday. And throwing his weight around. But since he hasn't shown back up, yeah. Yeah, Dave is the kind of person that you just can't work with. He would be horribly lazy. He wouldn't get his stuff done. He would complain about everything instead of trying to fix things. Like if issue arises, he'd be like, oh, there's nothing I could do. The computer system went down. Well, reboot it, dude. Turn it back on. Fix it. But instead, he just goes excuse after excuse for everything. It's the same with this. It's the same with anything else he goes for. And I'm sure that if he ever had to actually go out and get another job, like an actual job, he would struggle. He's been out of the job market for years, along with him being, you know, Dave running his mouth and talking bad about people. He wouldn't be able to survive at all. At all. I mean, imagine though if you came into this stream right now as a new viewer, his chat's going on, but there's no sound, and then there's just horrific dead air, and his chat is just going back and forth at each other at times, which is kind of funny. I mean, there seems to be the possibility of a chat civil war just about every day now. Somebody just said that he watched the whole YouTube video and he's still not back. We're 15 minutes roughly of dead air. Why did he not get the party ready before stream? Darn it. Okay, yesterday during his morning stream, a guy named Emerald7 showed up and started just throwing sub bombs everywhere, 50s and 100s of subs. He pushed it probably almost 600 subs plus, and just pushed it right onto Dave. And now he's going to struggle a bit with trying to drum up some cash, because that's about $3,000 into his pocket. Into his pocket, that's right. It was weird to see. It's almost like Tut 2.0, but the guy hasn't said anything in the chat at all, ever, and he just started following less than 24 hours ago. The Pig Roach hasn't made any mention of him after that, except for just talking about Tut, trying to say thank you to the guy for throwing the subs in there, but he seems to be skeptical hippo about it. We'll see where this whole saga goes. I don't know where it's going to lead. I assume it's just a troll trying to get over once again. But he needs to make a bigger splash. If he's trying to troll, he needs to go into chat. He needs to throw some weight around. He needs to do stuff like that. But he won't. He's not said a single word in this chat yet. This is seriously insane. It's like 20 minutes of dead air. How can anybody call this a professional stream? This is 20 minutes of dead air. Yikes. He's still not back. Oof. You'd think that somebody would actually try to turn around. If he is doing some of the fappening again, which he very well might be doing, we know he's not going to wash his hands, because he didn't last time he got caught. Yeah, he's been doing videos and creating content for 10 years. Most of it is pretty garbage. He's decent with some of his fighting games, but as he's gotten older, his reaction speed is just taking a nosedive. He needs to wear his glasses because he can't see anything. You can see him squint in his camera quite often, actually, into his game, and can't read text. I mean, there are ways to compensate for, not being able to, have the reaction speed you once had. You need to actually outthink your opponent and use different tactics, but he won't do that. He just complains that the game's laggy. That's all he does most of the time, is just complain anymore. How something's bullshit, or something's laggy, or the controller doesn't work. we are still on dead air. It's yikes. His chat is freaking out. his singing. I don't know if you ever saw Tevin's Back in Time stuff, but Tevin actually went back and found his rape song. It was one of those retro like Saturn games that he was playing by Crisscross, and Dave sang a song about rape. Yeah, it's out there. He used to have it as one of his pre-stream songs. And it just... somebody complained about it, and he took it down. And he tries to go ahead and sing, and he tries to go ahead and project like that, and it sounds just like a bag of cats being hit with a bat. Somebody just popped in and said he's too old to get stoned anymore, and then he's ready to spend some money somewhere, but it appears no streamers to spend the money on. That's funny. He's back.
And hello, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone, and welcome.
Okay.
The stream has begun.
Oh my gosh.
Redemption 3. This is it. It's the new game. We got it only about 7 years before it comes out officially.
What is this clown shit? He's being a clown right now.
Okay, no, that's not what this is. This is Red Dead Redemption 2. Online co-op.
Remember. Oh, he got echo to it.
Got an echo.
But
I'm throwing my phone across the room. Fuck that shit.
Alright, the echo is gone. That worked out.
we'll see who he's playing with.
Alright, so,
Lamb Dingo and Kekken
Kekken
is what...
and Lamb. We'll be
Yeah.
back into the old, what the hell?
Kekken and Lamb.
Did you guys
Okay.
both just drop? The whole game just dropped.
Okay, are you here?
No, I'm a black screen.
Who's gonna complain?
Cool. You turned invisible and your horse is walking away. I'm watching it happen right now.
His screen block is still up.
I can only
Got a
describe
title
how
for
I'm
it?
putting my stream
Ugh.
on and everyone
I don't know if I have a title for that rape song.
What the hell?
It's pretty bad.
Our game is cursed.
What just
I'll have to
happened?
pull it up one day and show
I
people.
either started a story, but I'm the posse leader.
But yikes. You can actually probably still find that song out there on his own videos on YouTube.
I have no idea what's going on right now.
So I wonder if Kekken is actually streaming this on his own stream.
Are you done? No, my horse. I'll kill
Could
you.
you imagine that?
I just need to figure out how to aim.
What the hell is going on? What are you guys doing? I got
So-
somewhere.
No! My horse!
Oh my god.
He is. Kekken is streaming his own content.
Horrifying me, you fiends!
He's over there
Shooting their artillery.
streaming while his Pig Roach master is actually
What's
streaming.
going on?
I'll get you. You rat scallion.
For some
This is
reason
for
we started
singing
a
all
mission.
Kingdom Hearts.
He still hasn't taken down the screen block yet.
I have no idea what's going on.
Kekken's over here,
Right now.
Or wherever you left.
and he had his stream running.
For some reason the mission started. Can you guys see the mission at all?
Yeah, he's got the stream running on his end. And it looks like his top cheers are from Detractors.
Oh,
Except for
yeah,
Poopster420. It's just a stupid troll name.
Your horse killed me. Trampled me.
He's trying to be social.
Totally different thing.
Remember that these are people who paid him money and are now...
I'm in a
Yeah,
random
so
posse.
whoever-
What the
I
fuck
think
is...
you joined a posse.
Did his...
I didn't tell it to join a posse.
Let's refresh that. There we go.
What the
I got it back
I'll
up.
find the cactus this time. No, you
How the
can't
fuck
get
do I
me.
get
Just
out
kind
of
of got stuck with that garbage of him trying to reboot his stream. They'll show back up here in a second.
So I just randomly got matchmaking to a mission that I didn't select.
Wait, does this hurt?
Right? He's stealing stuff from Phil.
How the fuck do
He's
I quit
trying
out?
to go ahead, and he's gonna get trolled. He's got subs only on right now.
Apparently my horse shat and farted.
Yes, make a poop
Sonny
joke.
and Ethan did 100 bits here,
Great job.
And Emerald 7 just showed up and just gifted 15 more subs to the channel.
There it is. More subs being poured on from Emerald 7. He just showed up and did some more subs.
Several hundred hours over time, so that Phil could join other random people's games.
Yeah, what the hell? It just randomly put me into a match that I did not want to be in. I didn't say I wanted to be in a posse. You know, I'm in a posse now, and people were chasing me, shooting me.
Now, if I was streaming and I was Dave, I would take down that sub. I would quiet that right there. His little sub gif, his sub hype gif, because that's going to go on for quite some time. Because Emerald just dropped that other 50 subs.
He looks like a gentleman and a scholar, so I trust him.
They won't let me abandon this posse either. I want to abandon it, they won't let me. Look.
This is going to be garbage. This is going to be bad.
For some reason, they won't let me
finally
the
pulled
posse.
out a knife. I trust him even more.
Yeah. Nope,
What
he
the
did.
fuck?
His chat is trying to push him to go ahead and do other stuff.
Oh my god.
They say he's not in a posse.
I don't even know how to get to that.
That's why he can't abandon it. He's actually not in a posse right now.
Apparently, I passed the mission. I just got a trophy.
Oh, congratulations.
What the fuck? I didn't even do anything.
You got
What the fuck?
Wow.
I got the input where you could like jump and then fall over like
Free trophy! He's so excited. More excited about the trophy than those 50 new subs.
GTA. Wait, whose horse is this? I guess I'm taking this horse.
Alright, I abandoned a posse. Posse. I want to make a posse. Form a posse. Oh no! I'm getting cut. I didn't even care. I'm not paying attention.
Oh, I have to match to break free. Okay, okay. I'm out.
This is so bad. Like, he can't figure out any of this stuff before he starts the game. He should have had it running.
Posse. Yeah, invite the posse. There we go. I'm gonna invite
Dude, Lord, you just body that guy's horse. What the hell?
Alright, I invited you guys to my posse.
Alright, we're invited.
What the hell? I got a trophy for doing nothing at all.
Yeah, you got a trophy for having problems setting up this very strange turn of events.
Alright, two people who actually just tried to help me. Both GTA and Battlebot took me $1 and we're trying to explain the whole posse system.
See, he got tipped money to figure out game mechanics.
What a mess.
And he still hasn't brought down any of it.
Okay. Available username to the 200-bit cheers and good to see you call with people. There are way more people that like you rather than hate you. There you go. So
I don't know why he ignored it pretty much.
yeah, let me look at the map. Really, I'm on
It's blocking his mini-map, blocking out all of his little perks over there on the side, on the lower left-hand side.
Yeah.
He won't give out any kind of shout-out towards any of his new subs right now.
See, okay, where is you? You were near us.
And here's more dead air
I'm
on
at
his side.
McFarland's Ranch. I spawned there because this posse that recruited me did a mission.
Okay, we're all here. I see you. You're in the distance.
Okay, good.
I'm behind.
Can we get to, let's go to Tumbleweed and do this next story mission here.
He just said thanks for all the subs. There he goes checking chat again.
Now we're in a posse, so hopefully
He watches chat
spawn us in a
quite
whole
often.
escape.
Somebody's asking for the sub shout-outs.
Was that not you?
Yeah, I'm just down the road. There's someone near you as well.
Yeah, it's a silent key. Look at this guy.
So, and yeah, Kekken is streaming on his own with
Okay.
his
Here's Lord.
stuff. His chat's locked behind subs only right
It looks
now.
a little bit like costs a lot to me.
Nice shot.
Probably because he doesn't want to get trolled by
What the hell? Oh, what happened?
other people.
I wasn't paying attention. My horse got killed. And I don't have a horse reviver.
Oh no! The horse died.
Well, I guess Buttercup's dead.
That's right. He called it Buttercup, aka Cat. Is that what he calls Cat?
You got a horse reviver?
Hey Buttercup, how's it going?
Oh, that was good.
Shout out to Crime Time 362 who just subscribed to the channel. Alright.
It's just crazy that
What the hell?
that Kekken is
How kind this guy?
streaming it, taking Dave's views. I mean, smart on Kekken's part.
Let's get the tumbleweed.
Go in there and
We can do this mission.
start grabbing all that.
What a mess. Already I got health, super low health.
He's playing with Kekken and Lamdingo, his two of his mods right now.
Horses got
I don't know if you can or cannot get stream sniped on Red Dead Online. I think you might be able to go ahead and drop into somebody's game, but I have no experience with Red Dead 2 right now. I've been waiting for Christmas to hopefully get it and play with maybe some of you guys out there. But
I haven't played this in a while. I forgot how good the graphics are in this game.
okay. So,
yeah, dude. Playing this game for a little bit, I was
so he still watches his
like,
chat.
oh, no, this game can all my time. I love it.
There he is checking chat to make sure it's not going off the
Take a
rails.
play.
Yeah, 60 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I figure you have to get into a server and then go and hopefully be there.
Wait,
Yeah, but Kekken won't open his
knife and then
chat
knife
up.
the arrow on my horse?
No, I'll probably get it for Xbox One. That's the system I'm running right now. I might in the future here get a PS4, or I might just hold out till PS5 shows up. But if that doesn't come in, I'll probably end up just grabbing it off when it shows up on Steam. I know most people have decent PCs out there.
I know, right? No Mexico, though.
Yeah, that's what sucks. Is that's what Lord Lane just told us when we were setting up this party. Is the waterfall Suicide Kings that I did back in 2010 was in Mexico, so we can't reenact the waterfall scene because it doesn't exist. It's lame.
Legendary scene.
They're talking about something with Suicide Kings that was just kind of its own shit show. They just decided to jump off of high places or run their horses off of cliffs, and it was Dave and Rambo and some of his viewers showing up, and randoms too, I think. But it wasn't the most entertaining thing about it, but it was actually a rare glimpse into actually seeing the Pig Roach have legitimate fun playing a game.
Oh, Don Blues, hold up, we're still running!
It's not worth a stream in my mind. Suicide Kings is just not worth its own stream. It's fine to upload like a 10-minute YouTube video on it with some highlights or something. That's fine. But you have to do some, a point system or something creative with it. You just can't put out the raw gameplay of them jumping off cliffs and that's it. It's going to kill his stream pretty fast. If that's what their plan is just to do Suicide Kings. Which I think that's what it is. Take out the enemies. Still sitting on 500 viewers.
I'm really good at this game.
Yeah, he just shot a bush.
Oh. I guess not
I just got shot.
Oh, here come more.
Oh no, more. more bad guys.
That was brutal, dude. This curly
so
last
bad.
guy shot me in the back of the head.
Ouch.
Alright, hold on.
He's shooting boxes and not taking his time with his shots in this.
What the fuck exploded? Dude, randomly exploded out of nowhere. Oh my god.
Here's some more of the lovely dead air.
Weird to hide. I don't know what that does though. I don't see any out of loot. I can loot the dead guys.
Makes us feel good?
And if this is how he's going to interact with his friends, it's going to be pretty bad. I don't know what to do. It's a lot of, you know, I need some help with things. He doesn't know what this does when you clear out a hideout. And he spent hours playing Red Dead.
Hey, Phil, where are you?
I'm right here. I don't know where my horse is.
I don't know what right here
I don't know where the
means.
hell my horse went.
Come on.
There it is. Here it comes.
Can't you whistle for your horse? At least I remember that from Red Dead.
Buttercup 4.0.
This is...
Nice apple pie.
Oof. It
Apple
is...
pie? What the hell? You got an apple pie?
Needs some real action.
Yeah, dude.
That's not right. I want an apple pie.
He wants... People want to get into this, I guarantee it.
Alright.
I'm not even gonna share.
That they... He can't play with subs on this. If he does a straw poll and tries to bring in subs or anything along those lines, he's screwed. With that sub bomb, with all those subs coming in, he can't play with subs. Unless they're handpicked by somebody. One of his mods, or they've been around. So, he can't grow his posse much larger, at least, without taking time to do it.
I'm sure we'll have tons of people trying to crash the posse. There's not much you can do about that. I know once we get into the missions that, you know, like you said, there'll be private instances, so it'll just be us doing it. This actually happened back in the day with my original Suicide Kings. There was this guy named, I think it was like Death Skull or something Skull, and he just started following me and Rambo around. And we're like, what are you doing? And then all of a sudden he started like doing the Suicide Kings with us too.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
This is what happens. I end up shitting this online stuff.
Like, he still reads his chat instead of actually paying attention. Does his weird goat laugh.
Tumblebee's far away. Ooh, there's a rainbow. A random rainbow.
Oh, nice.
That's cool.
Yeah, I was just doing donuts with my horse, and my horse was leveling up. Just walking in place.
That's cool.
He still reads chat so much during his gameplay. Like, you can take a quick glance over. You can be playing your game and be like, okay, check it during a downtime. Come back. Keep doing. Like, it's not that difficult. Of course, he has to sing. Checks chat again.
A way out. I'd win.
Did he lower the music? I don't know.
You know, we read that too, so it's kind of cool.
Yeah, no.
People are saying that this game is boring to watch, and I would agree. There's probably a way to get some more action out of it, like actually doing things in the game. Like, this would be a perfect time to get on a trail, click that thumbstick, and go into cinematic mode. Read out all those gifted subs, or to go ahead and shout outs, do something like that. But instead he wants to go, oh, I remember Rambo. Hey, Jackal, what's going on, bud?
Almost there, but my horse is lost.
Glad you can join us.
Alright, I'll wait for you guys to show up so we can talk to this sheriff. Get the mission going.
He just hit the sub count button, which is now at 12:37.
My horse has just booted me off and it's running off. Can't catch it.
I wonder where Lamb's from.
We're up to
He's quiet,
1237
but that
subs.
sounded like
Holy
a
shit.
British accent, if you
That's a
will.
lot. That's the most I've ever had, by the way. That's the new record. 1237 subs on the channel.
Take a sip.
By golly.
People were saying it's not story yet. It said it was.
Gosh.
We're do this then. We're gonna do it anyway, because that's where we are. But the story was telling me to meet up with random sheriffs and stuff. Here, hold on.
He doesn't even give him a thank you for the subs. For that last 50.
You know, progress, I think.
Oh, goodbye. That you're just gonna get swagged hard.
Harley told you to call him the Tumbleweed Sheriff. Yeah, this is where I am. We're at Tumbleweed. We're about to talk to the sheriff.
Ooh. I just saw a bird slide across the ground with his wings up. What the fuck am I looking at?
Sure.
That was funky. Don't clip that.
Don't clip that. Yeah, he actually has dead air going on. He has people to chat with, and he still has dead air. It makes no sense to me.
What the hell? It's a glitch. It's invisible. The guy's invisible on my screen. What the fuck?
What? I got it on my screen.
He's invisible. Shut the cat. The door closed itself. The ghost. We're talking to a
Oh,
ghost.
T-pose.
What the fuck?
He makes it a big deal that he's like, oh no, it's all invisible. The guy's invisible. Who cares? Be like, yeah, he's invisible. Huh, that's kind of funny. Move on.
What the fuck? Floating coffee. He's pouring himself
T-pose and arms just flailing around.
The invisible
A
man.
ghost. Only a ghost would hire these three bubbles. Look at
Oh
him.
my gosh. It's not that funny, man. It's not that funny.
What's going on? Why? This guy's frozen. This guy's frozen writing on the table, and another guy floating. What the fuck? This is
What are
weird as
you
hell.
looking at? Hold on.
What is going on?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Must be dust in his system.
What you're looking at.
All those lovely
There's some weird shit
flakes
going on. This
falling
guy's
off of
writing
his
floating shit. A book is
gross,
open.
disgusting body.
What the hell? Are we talking to this guy or who's floating? I'm so confused.
Cool.
They're making, like, his chat is just running wild right now.
I don't know.
What's that?
I don't know.
I don't know how his chat's getting away with it.
Oh.
I think Swaggin's still lurking
Dude,
around,
I
but
like your game. I have the most boring ass cutscene where this dude just talks.
Oh, yeah?
his chat
I'm
is
looking at
just
floating items and stuff.
starting to
Yours has like
to get out of whack.
Alright, we're
Alright.
escorting a caravan. Alright. Fair enough. You know, human nature never changes from place to place.
Yeah, someone in the chat said it, dude. You were watching Harry Potter. I'm watching like
So,
no.
Yeah, people are still get his stuff deleted. Probably manual bans showing up. Shout out to a guy and then just meh. What, really?
Oh, no.
Gotta
That's
give
not
him
good
the
news.
goat laugh for subbing.
This is gonna be tough as hell. I'm letting this guy drive.
He should really be talking more during these kind of down segments or interacting with his chat.
Go off the cliff.
Well, I know we're probably gonna have to fight soon, so I want to be able to fight. You guys want me to raise the game volume a bit? I'd have to readjust my audio balance after this mission, man.
Do the party one.
Yeah, I gotta adjust the party. Oh shit, I can be first person for this mission?
Nothing they're saying matters.
Alright, this here's 12:30. I got probably about another half an hour before I want to go out and do all the stuff I need to do. And then I'll probably come back and do some more streaming with all of this. It shouldn't take me too long to get everything done.
You're not level players.
Take dogs for walks and things like that.
I turned into an on-rail shooter.
So
They come from behind.
Gotta go to the store and pick up some stuff for dinner too. Thinking about making some stuffed artichokes tonight.
Is he gonna come? There's a person looking at me funny.
Yeah, I don't know. He's not attacking us, so at least that's good. He attacks.
Oh no!
Is he attacking?
Oh!
Shoot that fucker.
But
Here we go.
No, come back!
what?
Oh god!
Hey, stop that! What the fuck?
He killed you.
Oh no, it's all going off the
Detractors.
rails. How do I get back on this thing? I got a GTA around the curve.
They say that these are detractors in his chat.
Oh my god.
I know, Ace, isn't it weird? Like, I have a life outside of just streaming, and people
Well, I'm the
need some help
too.
with some stuff. And I said, of course I could do it. We had a little storm system come through
Alright.
last night and knocked some power lines down, so they wanted me to check on their dogs at home and do that kind of stuff. Classic, it was Emerald 7 again,
Oh, we just gotta get to
who went ahead and gifted another 50 subs.
I think it was.
Beep beep.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of stuffed artichokes. I like that, you know, you can pull them apart pretty easily, but they're at least firm enough to be able to get a decent stuffing in. I'll probably make it out of, like, maybe some tomato paste and rice and some sliced up mushrooms and a little bit of, like, I've got some chicken sausage I was gonna go ahead and put in there as well. He still hasn't said anything in chat as far as I know.
Thank you, Master Soru. Say congrats on 1,200 subs on the channel. Yeah, pretty crazy, huh? A new record.
A new record, yeah, that's right. We just witnessed this guy hit a new record,
Got him again. His son's
and he
gonna
doesn't deserve a single cent of it.
come more.
Yeah, he spent around 3K plus.
They're flanking from the right.
Yeah, jealousy can
Oh, he killed me.
cause quite a bit of rift, but
Fuck.
yeah, envious.
Pulmo just shot me.
I mean,
Guys coming through.
I love cooking.
Bullshit.
I love it. It's definitely one of those passions of mine.
That far.
Go, 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 you stupid
It's
idiot.
very enjoyable for me to go ahead and make a meal
Oh, my
that people
cat's
enjoy.
going. God damn it. Shit.
Like,
Alright, I gotta go back to the caravan. One of them got
I think one of my favorite things to make out there is probably I do a slow cooker with some ribs,
Cool.
and those just fall right off the bone after about 4 hours.
headshot.
Sitting in there on high with some, you know, easy spices, kind of more of a hearty kind of meal. I make them up with some mashed potatoes and stuff.
Alright. Oh shit, there's another guy.
His new sub count is 1237.
Take this thing.
Yes, there are. Oh fuck. No.
So that is quite
Oh,
a
you see
lot
me respawn. Holy shit.
of
Oh,
inflation
we only got
from it.
two. The other one blew up.
Fuck. Now it's getting wild.
I got 2 of 3. Damn, the clearing got blown the fuck up. What the hell? That was glitchy looking.
Okay.
All the horses are dead.
He's in a gunfight right now, and he's
Oh my
using
God.
his revolver, and it's pretty bad.
Yo, I'm down. Someone please help me from dying.
Where are you?
Over here. Kind of crying on the floor. No, I'm
Yeah.
dead.
Oh, he's dying. Oh well. Alright, so what's next?
Oh, he's getting shot again. Oh, he died. He died because he wasn't paying attention and staring off at chat.
Rainforest just hit me $1 to learn the co-op gameplay. Alright. Very nice.
I mean, this seems like it's pretty forced as far as co-op goes,
Horse, Dawn Blue. Everything's good. Everything's
I don't know,
right
in my mind.
I don't know where the hell my horse is. Might be dead. Who knows?
He's under attack again, but
Ooh, what the fuck?
Alright, then we gotta get away from there, or else he's gonna keep getting killed.
he's just getting slaughtered. He's not paying attention. That's the thing. He's bad at shooting, and he doesn't pay any attention to the gameplay. Much rather look at what kind of notification he got from his chat.
God, thou art a rude and naughty boy. What the fuck? Okay,
Oh my
yeah,
God,
well,
there's
get
so many
the hell out of
people
here.
Yeah, we need to get out of here.
This is a very bad place.
I just stole someone's horse. Oh, here's my horse. I was like, where is he? Here he is.
He stole somebody else's horse.
Yeah, let's get the fuck out of here.
When was the last time we heard that?
Run.
Retreat!
Yeah, no. Like, he should put in a robot lady. He really should. But he's afraid that troll cheers will come in. And
I'm not sure.
Get out of here.
he should really capitalize on the fact that people want to troll cheer him. He's been able to avoid it before. And just say, oh, thanks for the cheer. Whatever. Move on.
For now, I don't know.
But
I think I see your story mission. It's near.
he's got just a bunch of dead air still.
Oh god, they're behind us still.
They're strong.
It's above Blackwater. It's like
Oh,
a
there it
golden
is.
field.
Okay, it just appeared. It wasn't there before.
So they're gonna go run story missions. And keep in mind that it's just him and two of his mods playing.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Like, he would have a much better time playing with other people.
Bounce. What the hell was that?
Dude.
What on earth? That did not look right.
Yep, that horse just fell down. Oh, looks like he's under attack, getting shot at.
Oh shit,
Oh.
you felt the horse.
Goodbye.
God damn it.
Yeah, he got killed. Someone who just rode up on him and just slaughtered him.
I think we can get to the story. When we get to the story, at least the chaos will stop for a bit, right?
So he's avoiding just the public space, and he's trying to get into the story mode.
Oh my god,
And-
Buttercup's running now.
And they're just getting slaughtered.
Alright, I'm gonna try to get the fuck out of here and get to the story.
Every man for themselves.
No!
No! I'm out!
I've already got the score in bag.
Every man for
They're looking
himself.
at me funny, dude.
Great, I got lassoed.
Oh, excuse me. I don't know why I yawned. My bad. Maybe it's because this is just so boring to watch
Now I've been hogtied. Great.
a pig roach and his two little roachlets come play this cowboy game,
You can either break free or die.
and it's just bad.
Well, the nice thing about left is that, puppy over here.
He's wiggling around because he's hogtied.
I'm still getting shot at. Woo!
Yeah, I'm matching that, Kekin. You're getting shot at in a cowboy game where people shoot at you.
It is.
Shocking.
Alright, get the fuck out of here, quick.
Okay, he's trying to get out of the hot zone.
There are
But he's
people
being chased
running
down.
at me, just trying to jump on
There's
my
quite a
horse.
few players over there on his.
They are not
on
even
his little
on
mini-map.
their, like, vehicles. They are just running at me. I'm so scared. Why are they like this?
Just chaos. Absolute chaos. Ugh.
Man,
Alright. See if we can actually get to the story mission and do it.
let's pop. Let's do this. Let's go show chat here.
So, I'm curious, for those who
then
are watching on stream, does anyone have any recommendations?
out our
Places
YouTube
we
chat.
can go?
Okay, so he's just asking them to go
I'd
ahead
like
and
to do some suicide
come
missions
in
today,
and
but I don't know any good areas, obviously.
ask his chat for help.
So, any suggestions are appreciated.
I mean, we're talking about 3 people playing a game together,
Yeah, Dude Frozen Tree said story
and
crystal
he
was
wants
yellow.
help.
Okay. I didn't see it on the map earlier. I was looking for it and I couldn't find it.
He has all the Chaos Emeralds. That's fucking great.
Now I see it, so. Snow Carl $2. The Cowboys are in the chat for Emerald 7. I think someone's trying to get a sub. Everyone should thank Emerald 7 for all the gifted subs he's given over the past day for sure.
He's checking his chat again.
Go to the mountains. Man.
You cannot go to Mexico. So just go to
He
Mexico.
seems to get very nervous when he gets all this attention.
Don't go to Mexico.
Like,
Don't go to Mexico.
I'm surprised Twitch chat, like, admin and staff, they're not showing up on him yet. You think that they start showing up on him and being like, hey, you're getting more subs again?
That's, I think he said there was a mission with that guy, but I don't know what he does.
Old Man Jones.
Yeah.
Pay to become dishonorable.
Oh, okay. So you pay to switch your morality. You
Okay.
flip-flop your morality. I see.
Now, I thought he would actually be pushing more for bits being donated because they actually go to charity.
Because I'm not used to
But
that.
Greedy Pig Roach doesn't care at all about charity. He said in the past that he actually does do charity work or gives to charity on the side.
And he says, congrats to those
But
that gifted subs.
he could have been pushing more for
Holy crap. In 2
the
days, Twitch has
bits
raised
versus anything else.
$160,000 for charity. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, use the hashtag charity to contribute.
Actually, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah, something odd is up with all of these subs.
I know, right?
Especially to drop about, you know, $3 grand in subs
I think that's gonna be easy.
alone. Especially on somebody
Nice.
who's
I only hit $1 million last time.
this.
I thought they did. Like,
I
at the
mean,
very
he's
end,
not a very
like,
good
the
streamer.
home stretch. Wasn't that the
He's
home
not
stretch?
entertaining.
Like the last 3 days. they were,
There's
like,
nothing appealing
keep pace.
except for watching the car wreck. This whole train wreck that
What
is
was that, one of the
DSP
streams?
and watching everything go down and watch him try to rise up out of the ashes and then fall right back down on his face. It's the most entertaining thing about him.
From Red Dead Redemption 1 says something about this cliff right here. Oh shit.
In knowing in the back of my mind that eventually he will screw up
Check this out.
and that eventually he will go ahead and have
I think this is it.
another thing happen to him.
Yeah, you're right. I don't need to do it from
Be
here.
it banned again off of Twitch,
Yeah, it's not
be
even
it
for-
demonetized again off of YouTube. It could be a variety of things.
Yeah,
And
maybe that way. Yeah, following the. See, there's a road here. Yeah.
it just won't
I think that's
it
how you
won't
do
stop with this year.
This might be one of them.
And for him to bring back the whole taxes thing once again, it's pretty bad. I mean, people have their own screw ups. People mess up all the time.
Matt DeFrio
But
said
if you don't learn anything from your mistakes, it's just going to repeat itself again. And here is, you know, case in point, is this guy. Screwed up with his taxes, screwed up and had to beg
Who was it?
Yeah,
his viewers
like
for
up
money
years, come
to
the
get by
senior cliff.
last year. And here he is doing it all over again this year.
It's pretty steep, actually. Right over
And despite the 3K pretty much in subs coming to him,
Fill up by
he's nowhere near that 16K right now. He's probably sitting on about 12K to go, roughly.
I'm trying to get back down. I went up and I don't know how to get back
And
down.
he says he needs it by April for taxes, but if they don't donate those 2 months before,
Cliff right there, yeah.
he's going to be in trouble.
The first one.
So he really needs to push up that date for the amount of money he needs to bring in. Or he, in his own words, he's going to have to sell his house.
I do not know. Yeah, see, this is kind of crappy right here. You know, better. Oh shit! I didn't want to do that. Come on, that was silly.
He just fell off
Oh, that was fine.
the cliff.
A little,
on his own.
Little crappy jump. Now where am I? Oh,
That was Suicide Kings in a nutshell right there.
Ow. But is my horse fine though?
I don't even know where I am anymore.
I found you. There he is. Hey.
Yeah, I wonder if suicide is a banned word over there on YouTube. Like if you actually
You guys
put
found
out
me.
suicide as a word
Trying to find my horse.
in your videos, you think you might get a little swat on the wrist from YouTube for that?
Who's some
They'll get demonetized because of the adult content. That's a possibility, actually. Which would be great.
Hit a wall. Oh, you silly.
Whoa, nice lightning bolts.
Very, very frightening.
He's thinking about doing some Suicide Kings here with the people who showed up.
Down there. Oh, great, my horse has been critically injured. Why? I wasn't even doing anything. The horse wasn't even with me.
Right? He is. He could be in trouble if you put out terms like suicide or dying and stuff like that. That's kind of what happened with that. Oh.
Is that yours? The one, the blue one fall?
He didn't have any reaction to that. He just fell off a cliff and just stone-faced it. Another big yawn.
Looks like he's just jumping off cliffs, or is there more to it? Basically, they're trying to do an elaborate setup, like getting a really big run up to it and jumping as far as you can, or like we filled up a fucking stagecoach.
So,
my horse is dead.
Yes,
Yeah,
that is all that Suicide Kings is him and his friends trying to jump off a cliff in a creative way. That's it.
My horse died by itself. I don't
He
even know what
wants it
happened.
to
I
be
never
a
saw it
stream.
happen. The scrawny nag.
This is way harder to do single story missions than I thought.
He's wiggling his arms every which way. Why?
The phone cake says horses can be dumb. His died while he was on a train and he was trying to follow and he got himself killed.
Yep, one of his little piglets is there with him now, waving at him.
We'll just continue on to where the story was. We gotta waste. Oh my god. An insanely long trip. What the fuck? It's gonna take like an hour to get to where the story mission is. What the hell?
Dude, I love Shadow of the Colossus.
Yikes.
Let's fucking go.
Should have actually thought about that.
Okay, no, it's not.
Alright.
Peaceful stream
I'm gonna head
snipers.
towards the mission, guys.
Oh! I didn't mean it! I didn't mean it! No!
Kecking just team killed.
Why did you kill that innocent? How did you do that?
I hit his horse and he did a flip.
How could you kill him?
I was just playing Shadow of the Colossus, leave me alone.
Wow.
No!
This is the one bad thing about this is that it takes so long to get around, and now the map's like so much bigger than it used to be. It can take like 10-15 minutes to fucking get to where I want to go. Oh great, now bandits just showed up out of nowhere, and I'm gonna die.
Hey, whose bandits are these?
Now my horse is dead. Are you kidding me?
Oh, that's a dead horse again, and he's running away from bandits who showed up out of nowhere, even though he was on a main road.
Oh my god.
Like, the actual road.
That's a clip.
I wonder why bandits were ambushing people on a road.
You can teleport? Because I think I might have to. This is ridiculous at this point.
Yeah, you'll have to go to McFarlane's Lancer and get the fast travel.
Oh my god.
Alright.
He just runs away.
Shout out to the offense who just subscribed to the channel.
And Swaggins just gave him a cheer,
You can heal your horse in the
holding his
singles
hand.
menu left on your D-pad. $4.
I'm out!
Huh.
So it says that it'll be available in a few minutes. I paid $4 to heal my horse.
Jeez. This is rough for people actually watching this stream.
Like lots and lots of pets in a row and it'll be fun.
Oh my god.
Oop.
Well, now I have no horse again.
Yeah, you're about to have a new horse too when you don't pay your taxes, buddy.
Never gonna get anywhere.
That horse is gonna run away and find somebody else with some money bags rolling on the side.
Everyone keeps fucking. If it's not the randoms attacking, then the fucking AI spawns fucking random bandits to kill me.
That's because it's an action game.
Oh, there you are.
You should be doing action events
You look
and
like you need a ride.
actually
Yeah,
doing
this sucks.
things. That's why games like Skyrim and Fallout before 76 actually put in like different triggers and events into your game. Is because people needed to have something to do while walking on that path.
Yeehaw and all that.
Available usernames to the 300-bit shares a good stream film, loving every minute of it. Every minute of it.
That's
chaos. I knew it was going to be like this, dude.
That's a sarcastic cheer.
Chaotic. People can just do whatever they want in this mode.
That's the appeal of the mode. Well, he takes a sip out of that Kickstarter.
Alright. Chill out time.
It's pretty dead air while he checks his phone. Staring at his phone, scratching his nose. He's letting Kekken carry him pretty much to the waypoint right now.
I don't know if we'll be going through. Oh, we already passed McFarland's ranch. Oh well.
Well.
Throat clears.
It's gonna be a ride though. We're gonna go all the way through the post, through the Great Plains, through Great Station.
I wonder how he has this many. Huh.
I feel like I've already seen half the map.
Hey, look who showed up.
This is like 3 more times.
What's going on?
That's pretty huge.
Golly. Can I just ride a UFO or something? Where's the UFO?
This is just the, let me see where we are right now. We're crossing the tall trees, so we're still in the map of Red Dead 1.
Yeah. You had your own side on mute. I'm turning it on. Whoopsies. Welcome to this lovely, lovely, terrible stream of a grown man trying to play with some mods and do Suicide Kings, which he will get demonetized for putting suicide in the title of his YouTube videos. So expect that rant in a couple days.
Lost sight of Lord Lamb. We have no clue where he is.
I fast traveled about 5 minutes ago. I'm waiting outside the
And it's been pretty boring overall so far.
First place says that we're riding sack to track.
Fast travel. It's right here.
He even
Here's one.
Okay, how do we do this?
he even had 20 minutes about of dead air while trying to set up the game. Like he's not moving. Why is he just standing there staring?
Yeah, I don't know where we're going. Strawberry? Okay.
He's trying to fast travel. Okay.
Strawberry.
I was going to check chat.
So we're going to Strawberry. Alright, see all of you in Strawberry.
It works.
Let's say that closer to the mic.
And do some other stuff with his fingers. Oh yeah, sniff.
It feels bad, man.
Rub his goatee. That is like really balding right now. If you haven't noticed that he is losing chin hair. I don't know if he like trimmed it that way,
Oh, nice.
but it's definitely not gray hair. That's bare skin under there on that little chin.
Kill Bill Jude says, I can't see this reaching the same level of success as GTA Online. No one cares about horses. You need cool cars and weapons. The cowboy genre is too much of a niche.
What the fuck did they just say about my horse, dude?
Nobody cares about horses.
I'm trying to get to my horse right now.
It would be more interesting to me if there were other things to do on this.
Online fisticuffs.
And it might be just because of who we are watching during this gameplay. But he's
No one talking shit about the
been pretty
nice horses.
bad about this.
Someone lovingly modeled those horses.
He
for
should just
hours
shave it
and
off. Keep the
hours,
mustache,
and
man.
for the weekend.
Should just shave it off.
I know.
Keep that
oh
mustache.
My God. All the unpaid overtime.
Oh, now he's being shot at again.
No.
And he's dead.
Dead now. Oh my God! I rode into a random dude and he killed me.
It's factually incorrect. That's just white hair. Are you sure about that?
God damn it.
Like, I got a few little white hairs showing up in my beard,
Oh, there's a car
and
following me.
you know,
I can't
it's
find
pretty
the-
obvious when there's actual white hair versus losing hair or taking it too close to the chinny chin. But white hair is fine as long as you own it.
Made that fucking comb.
I mean,
That's an impossible cat.
you have to own your hair. Like if you're going and losing your hair on the top of your head and it's getting close to not looking good, just bick it, shave it. It's fine. But he's leaning back. Look, he's got a pillow for his back. He's staring off into his stream chat again. And he's just running. He's just spamming that button to run.
The heist is the horses we killed along the way.
Yeah, like I will accept it when my beard starts turning gray. That's fine. That's part of just aging. It's not a big deal at all. As long as you own it, you can still look just fine. Ron Jeremy right now looks better than good old Pig Roach here. At least Ron Jeremy has something to be famous about. And heck, he actually got paid to wank too. Huh. It's kind of similar actually if you think about it. But at least people like Ron Jeremy.
Hey, I found your horse.
Alright, let's go. Fuck, man. Just want to do a mission. It's like a nightmare. It's a fucking nightmare to do a simple mission.
I remember Ron Jeremy on that VH1 reality show where they put a bunch of the celebrities' house. Oh god, what was that show name? But they had Vanilla Ice in there with him, and that like they were like good friends for a while. And then like towards the end, Ron Jeremy did something to upset Rob, and Rob freaked out on this like game show set, and he smashed like the podium, and he picked up the sign and smashed it and called him like, "You're not my friend, you're just a backstabber," and he freaked out. There's been great drama with that stuff, but I think to this day those two are actually still friends.
Just like customize everything, just like, hey, everyone download this shit, we're gonna go make our own maps. But what ended up happening is that game essentially became like lots of cars, and then people made fucking Mario Kart maps in the sky and shit. That game became weird.
Oh my gosh, Kekin, stop talking, buddy. You're pushing it too hard. You're trying to be like Rambo 2.0. You're just a downgrade, bud. Oh, the Surreal Life. There you go, Arizona. Thank you. That show was great. They just put in the most random people in there.
Finally, after an hour, finally starting a mission. Took an hour to figure out, right? Like an hour to get over here with all the chaos.
Oh, you got a water bottle here. That thing is gonna get crinkled right into the mic for you guys. That's gonna be a rough one. Oh, my throat is so sore. You know, there are cough drops out there in the world for you to go and buy that actually have numbing, like a numbing agent, so you don't have that tickle so often. I'll see you later too. I got about 10 minutes left before I have to go and run some errands and give some doggos some outside time, which will be fun for me. I'll get barked at for being in a hat, in a beard, so that'll be enjoyable. But I should be on probably a couple hours after this. So, but this has been nice to actually, it's probably the most entertaining way to watch this guy. It's been with you guys today. I'm glad that we got everything all up and running and it's all running smoothly, and I've enjoyed our chat. So again, thanks for coming by, guys. Appreciate it. Come on, kitty kitty. I'll get a little kitty time before I go. Yes.
now we can actually do the mission. And not
So now they're finally doing a story mission, and I thought it was supposed to be mostly Suicide Kings.
I actually already forgot that this is Instance.
Yep.
Thank goodness.
He's so bad at shooting. He just spams. Spams. He doesn't even let his gun reset. Yeah, no problem. It's been nice to stream. I plan on doing it a lot more. I'll probably try to push out my video a little earlier, and then tomorrow, and then turn around and get his Sunday stream going too. So I have something to enjoy while babysitting the video. But in reality, it's pretty much me just having all my house chores done today so I can just enjoy a nice relaxing Sunday before starting another work week.
We are surrounded.
Kitty, kitty, what you doing? Oh, he's so bad at this. But yeah, if you guys want to take off, yeah, go for it. We got a couple minutes left. And I'm pretty well trapped now due to a kitty cat on the lap. So.
I thought that was like a damage indicator.
Get away!
Are you a good kitty? Yeah, you are. You're a good boy. Now, he still doesn't talk, even though he has people playing with him. He's still pretty quiet. And Lamb has been pretty quiet, but I think his mic's been turned down as well.
There's 3 of them to catch.
But as far as I'm concerned, this stream has been a flop. Aside from getting more people to show up through that. So yeah, and he does more stuff with him.
Yeah, I'm like looking before
His little goat laugh.
I was like, God. Hey.
Yeah, frame rate just died on me.
Boy. You're mine.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I got one.
Nice.
That poor frame rate just
Oh, it didn't work.
died.
Okay.
I think that just means that it's about time I close up shop for the day, and we'll let it go. It's not a big deal. I've enjoyed my time, and hopefully you guys have too. So I will go ahead and probably end it here. So thanks for coming once again, and hopefully you swing by for that video showing up tomorrow, and maybe some more streaming later tonight, and probably tomorrow as well. So alrighty guys, take care. Thanks for swinging by. I appreciate it. It's been a good time. And as always,